Thank you so much for joining me for the Jewell. Actually thinking about what's happening in the abdomen with the Jewell. So we want to make it have that nice ooey gooey quality. So in order to do that, we're going to be using our belly. So today we're going to warm up the belly and the spine. We're going to just fold and open. Fold and stretch. So both of these positions are very active. You're fully dropping your chest towards your knees, bringing the belly button in, and then stretching, not just pressing, but stretching through the whole spine and abdomen, lifting forward. Taking a nice full breath. And now we're going to shrink that down. Same amount of effort coming from the abdomen, coming from the spine. Feel the spine working with your muscles. And then standing nice and tall. And we're going to take the pelvis under. So warming up with the knees soft, tailbone down, ribcage lifted, and now our pubic bone is going to lift up to the ceiling, tailbone lifts up to the ceiling. You're going to rock through front and back, towards the ceiling, towards the ceiling. Using your abdominal muscles, squeeze, relax, squeeze, relax, squeeze, relax. And thinking about where your hips are in space, which bone is pointing towards the ceiling, and the muscles that you're not using actively being engaged but relaxed. So they're available to you, but they're not clenching. Now soften in between the two extremes of here and here. So we're going to come to neutral. The tailbone is down. You're not pointing your pubic bone or your tailbone at the ceiling more than the other. And now we're going to go into the knees. So letting the hips come up on the side, up under your armpit. And now the Hagala. So you definitely would have done part 1 of this series and already gotten the Hagala. So let's warm up in the Hagala. The Hagala is definitely, as we use it in the Jewell, this is definitely not a beginner move because you have the potential to really pack up your back. A lot of times, if you don't have the control of the pelvis to go here, you'll throw rapidly and then the muscles really squeeze up. So what we need is to be thinking about having a really long spine and that there's space between the rib cage and the hips so that you can take your hips from being twisted and lifting, right, without compressing your back. So you don't want to compress. So we have a Hagala walking, 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 walking. Good. And last time, if you'll remember, we took the hip up in the Hagala before we took the step. And we worked all the way up to here. Well, not quite. We talked about working up to there. So today we're going to work all the way up to the Hagala with the rest of the Jewell. So the first thing after we've warmed up the Hagala, we're going to warm up the abdomen. So we're going to take our belly out and in as much as we can. So what we're going to do is we're going to inhale fully and then exhale more than fully. Inhale fully. The abdomen expands, expands, expands. Exhale fully. But now more. You're going to actually cough a little bit. Inhale fully. And exhale more than fully. Inhale fully. Blow out birthday candles. There's 100 of them. Cough. Oh. Oh. You cannot talk normally while you do that. Let's keep going, and I won't talk. Inhale. Vow of silence. All right, don't you feel awake in your abdomen now? How'd that feel? All right, undulations. Breathe normally, but feel that engagement that you just built up. Using your whole torso. Now just the lower portion. So here's something people have trouble with. Engaging your belly doesn't mean making it harder. So the movement that you're doing here for the contraction, normally it is the same as if you did a crunch. It's that contraction of the muscle fibers coming together, just where they are, right? Where they are, the muscles contract. But in this, we're actually moving the muscles back and then contracting up. Okay, so these are your abdominal muscles going like that, scooping up towards the back of the pelvis. So this you can see my belly button moved from where it was. If I kept my belly button in the same place because I wasn't really using the abdominal muscles pulled back, if I just leave the muscles where they are, it's going to be like this, where you can see the belly button is going to go back when I take the scoop, the big abdominal scoop. So that's what we're doing here when we go, and then you blow out all the birthday candles. is you're lifting the diaphragm up into the rib cage so that you can really move your muscles and viscera and everything back towards the spine. But we don't do it to that extreme when we're dancing. That would probably not keep you standing for very long. So when we're dancing, there's a little moment where you finish your movement with just that extra little pull, extra little engagement at the bottom of the muscles here at the top of the pubic bone, where your abdominal muscles and pubic bone are meeting. All right, so let's get a figure eight going. Just our regular figure eight, horizontal figure eight. We're gonna just do half of the figure eight. So I'm gonna start with the twist. I'm gonna take the hip right, then to the heel. Now my right hip is over my right heel, and I'm going to take my left hip back and front. Then I'm going to do my hagala and step. Finish my figure eight, go back and front. Hagala, step, figure eight, go back and front. Now hagala and figure eight at the same time. And now what we're going to do is use the abdomen to make the hagala and figure eight happening at the same time easier. Because you're going to pull back so far on the opposite hip that your hip kind of ricochets forward and down. So we start with just, let's look at the back. So it's not going to be a boot boot twist. It's going to be a rolling twist. So it's going to go So to put the rolling twist on the Jewell, we're going to take the hagala first, hagala and step, figure eight, and now we're going to do a twist where we suck the belly back. And it's going to tilt the pubic bone up. Twist back, let go, and it pushes the hip forward and down with the hagala already there. So let me break that down and explain that further. Let's just work on the rolling twist here for a moment. So the rolling twist without much abdomen, we're going to just go down and up. It's making half of a figure eight infinity sign. Now let's add the belly engagement. Now take out the hip and just do the belly engagement. It's just a simple, really strong undulation. Undulation where you tuck, lift the pubic bone up to the ceiling a lot at the end. Let's do the other side. Take out the hip, roll, and just keep the undulation. Take out the undulation and just do the shape of the hip. Now both. All right, so let's take a moment to stretch out, and then we're going to go back to the rolling twist and see how it naturally causes your hip to push into the Hagala shape and jewel so nicely. So a little shake it out and follow along, or do your own thing to shake it out. Bending and straightening the legs. All right. Let's build it up. So let's start with Hagala. Nice and slow. Your belly should be really warmed up now so you can feel how the muscles that are surrounding the spine are helping you gag like a dog. Or imagine that you have a fish tail. So you feel the separate parts of your body work together rather than fighting each other to push you into an asymmetrical position. Because there's always the danger with an asymmetrical position that you're going to crunch your way there instead of using all of the different parts of your body coordinating. So we want to feel very coordinated. Then we're going to take the Hagala and step half a figure eight and juicy, engaging, roll the twist back. Feel that Hagala happen more naturally. It should feel much more natural now to put the hip down and get it further down than the other hip. We back up so you can see my feet. So my hips go rolling twist, to Hagala, to figure eight, rolling twist. Hagala, figure eight. Back, back. Rolling twist. Do it without the rolling twist. Right, thanks for sticking with me. We'll bring it up to speed a little bit. It's probably too fast. Let's go this way. 1, 2, rolling twist, Hagala. Figure eight, rolling twist, Hagala, figure eight, rolling twist. Hagala, figure eight, rolling twist. That's the words to this song. Hagala, figure eight, rolling twist. Hagala, figure eight, rolling twist. Hagala, figure eight, rolling twist. Keep going. Keep using that rhythm, and while you're doing it, keep going. Think about the feet. I don't want this foot. Watch out for this foot. Keep going and just make sure, I'm going to do it wrong. It's really distracting, right? And then it starts to get a little wonky. So we're gonna really be mindful that we're lifting the heels gently and that you could still slip a piece of paper between the foot and the floor, but not much more. Keep going, get the repetition. Slow it down. Shake it out. All right. Good job, everybody. Let's see what we got next. Slow that down a little bit. So in a fantasy world, I would just give you that for 20 minutes and you'd be like, yeah, I got it. And if that works for any of you, then wow, that is awesome. Good for you. That never happens in my world. So we're going to keep talking about the Jewell, keep walking into the Jewell, keep trying the Jewell, because for me, it always takes repetition. It's just putting the time in to get the technique. Let's break down a little element of the Jewell. So let me first do the Jewell and show you the element we're going to break down. Right here. So we put the rolling twist in. And then it's going to go into the Hagala. Let's just get into this position. Go to neutral. Make sure everything is neutral. Bring your heel up on your right. We're going to use our breath to bring the abdominal muscles up and in under the diaphragm. And as you do that, twist, normal twist. Now the back of it is starting to rise. You're straightening this leg. The leg is more straight and it comes up higher as the hip goes up to the armpit. And then it's already so far forward that there's your natural Hagala. Anyway, it's just on its own existing. You don't have to force your way into it. Half of the feet. Great. Go all the way back, all the way back. I'm going to turn. You don't need to turn. Go all the way back. And then inhale. Exhale. Think about what the leg is doing now. Use your waist to really lift that final hip, final piece of the hip. And then twisting, twisting, twisting naturally into your Hagala, naturally your weight shifts. Let's quickly bring that up to speed. Stay with it. Shake it out. All right. I hope that this was helpful. I'll be back with more Jewell breakdown and technique, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.